Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome. Good morning. Hello. Welcome to our channel if you're brand new. I'm Chantal with Growing Up Without Borders. The girls are going to join me in a few moments here. And wow, there's a whole bunch of you guys here already on the chat. Hey, from Germany. Good morning. Well, good evening to you. You're all the way over in Germany. Hello, Stephen from, I'm guessing you're in New Zealand, if I have it correct. Aw, thanks, Chris. Yeah, Chris is saying, thanks for all the hard work we're doing to educate everyone around the world. Thank you so much. You guys are always so amazing with your comments and encouragement and everything like that. So it's really, really nice to see y'all. Hey, David and Bob from Florida. Genesis, from the UK. Hey. Wow, this is awesome. Meg, good morning, Meg. That's awesome. From sunny Rotorua. Yoo-hoo! Heard there's a cyclone on its way, so I'm making the most of it. Is there? Is there a cyclone on its way? Eek. Oh my gosh, you guys, we felt an earthquake here in Wellington the other night, which was really crazy. Like the whole house shook. It was really, really crazy. All right, so we got you all here. I'll keep looking at the questions. Let me also... Oh, we've got Paul in the house from all the way in Australia, I believe, if this is the same Paul. Yes, it is. Okay. I'm going to get to story time and we're going to cover a whole bunch of things because I've got something really new and exciting that we're going to do here in the new year for you guys. So, first of all, I can't find the live on my own phone. How is that possible? How do you find... Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm just going to pull it up because then I can see your comments faster and easier this way. Oh, we have someone from Canada and Minnesota. Yay! Okay, so really fast, I'm going to cover a whole bunch of things and then the girls will come in and join us. But I'm going to share with you two crazy stories just to show you and explain to you how small this whole big wide world that we live in really is. So this is really funny. Okay, so the first story is Paul, who's on the live this morning. As you know, we have our brand new calendars for sale, which hopefully the girls will bring up so I can show you guys. If you haven't bought a calendar yet for 2022, go over to our website and make sure you buy it. I'm going to actually put the link for you guys so you will see it. This is it. It's growingupwithoutborders.com/calendar. And on there, you can go buy a beautiful calendar with all the different photos that we've taken in some of our favorite places from around the world. So there you go. Make sure you go visit that link. And what happened is, oh no, change the battery pack. All right, the girls are going to have to bring me a battery pack. Bear with me, you guys. We are switching over to the webcam. Here we go. Hopefully Tyler or the girls or someone downstairs will bring us a battery. Okay, so the story goes like this. We were in Lake Hayes, which is in the South Island, New Zealand, near Queenstown, and we start promoting our calendar, as you do. And we get an order, right? And I had it all set up, and we're new to this whole online, setting up shopping carts and all that. So we set up our website so that we can take the orders. And I set it up with two systems, one for credit cards and the other one for PayPal, right? So easy peasy, should go in, no problem. Well, what happened is I still don't know what's wrong, but basically PayPal wasn't charging shipping and wasn't charging the taxes. So any order that came in as a PayPal order, it wouldn't go through to the processing company, so the fulfillment company who processes the orders. So it kind of triggered it to stop. So I went and looked at my email and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Why did it stop? So I had to manually pay for it and figure it all out. But on this one, so there's a couple that came in like that, and then I just removed PayPal off the options to pay because I couldn't figure out how to charge the shipping and taxes. And long story short, this one order came in from this family, Paul and Fiona, and all the way from Australia. And because it didn't go through, I actually looked at the fine notes and everything on there. And he wrote, it'd be so nice if you could sign it at the back. It would mean so much. Then we can keep it as a keepsake. And my parents live down the road and they're just over there on Lake Hayes. So I thought, oh, this is hilarious. So they ordered two calendars. Not only did I have the two calendars, because the order wasn't triggered, it didn't ship out. So I was able to hand deliver these two calendars to their parents over in Lake Hayes. And it was hilarious because we showed up at their house and we're like, do you know Paul and Fiona from Australia? And they're like, yeah, that's my son. And I'm like, Well, they ordered these calendars, and these people were so confused. Like, why are we showing up at their house with these calendars? So it was just hilarious. So that's the first story, because I just thought it was a small world that we were at Lake Hayes. They ordered the calendars. The order didn't get through, and I was able to hand deliver it. So that's story number 1. Story number 2 is coming real soon. But first, let me read your comments so I can say hello to you guys. So Meg's saying that was cool hearing my name. Hey, from Hamilton. You girls rock. Thank you so much. The rockin' girls are going to be coming in soon. Okay, so the second story is, and this is crazy as well. We were in the country of Botswana. Now, this goes back to 2018, right? So we're traveling through Africa, and we did 10 countries, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And along our travels, we had April Fools coming up. And so we thought, well, we should come up with some funny April Fools video. And so we decided to make a spoof video about how we homeschool our girls, why we homeschool our girls. And of course, it was because the earth is flat, and we wanted to find out, is the earth really flat? And so we went around all of the different countries we were in, like Namibia and Botswana and like Zimbabwe. And we were asking just random people that we could look that looked the part. So for example, we were trying to find an Asian, we were trying to find an Indian family. We found like all these different things. And then we had to convince them to be in our spoof video. And this one couple, they were from Germany. They were hilarious. Like, I should find the link for you guys and just put it in there. But basically, if you search April Fools on our videos, you'll find it. Come on in, girls.
Battery.
Thank you. Would you be able to fix it and put the battery on? Okay, cool. Okay, so everyone say, hey, Chloe. So back to the story. So we are in Botswana, and I meet this girl named Emily, and she's just so sweet. And we met her at a bookstore, and I'm like, oh, would you be in our spoof video and explain why you think the earth is flat? And she's like, oh, yeah, of course I'll do that. That's hilarious. So she gets talking, and we film the video. I don't think anything of it. You fast forward to present day now. We're in Wellington, New Zealand, and we meet this wonderful family from Botswana. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. We made a video in Botswana, and we made a spoof video. So we were showing them the part of the spoof video, and they're watching it, and they're like, oh, that's Emily. We know Emily. And I'm like, what? You know the person in my video? And I'm like, how is that possible? So anyway, the other night we saw them again. I took a picture with this beautiful family, and they happened to have Emily's contact information. And so I sent them a picture in the little video to Emily over in Botswana. And she's like, how in the world did you meet this family in New Zealand that I know from Botswana? So it's just such a small world. Like, it's just absolutely crazy how small the world is. All right. Do we have it? Prepare it for shooting. Okay, so can you turn it on and off? There comes Julia. It says recording. Okay, you have to turn off the recording option. Let me say if we can do this, you guys. I'm going to pop this out and off and on and see what happens. Let's see. Because sometimes it doesn't trigger it correctly. You gonna say hi to everyone?
Oh, yeah, hey. No, I did kind of say hi, but hi.
Yeah, it won't. You're going to have to flick it on and off. This is the thing with these technologies is sometimes it like works, sometimes it doesn't. So you have to like unplug cables, plug cables back in and everything like that. So let's see. Still not, but that's okay.
Oh, no, there it is. There's 2.
Ah, it is. Yay. Okay, let's turn webcam off.
There we go.
Ta-da! Is it better quality? One's webcam with a MacBook, one is camera. What's better quality, you guys? And this one we're like a little bit higher up, so it doesn't really matter. Anyhow, okay, so I just thought that was crazy. But now, fast forward to 2022. Obviously, we're still here in New Zealand. If you haven't seen our recent video, it's about planning a trip to India.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really fun because we are planning a trip to India. We just don't know when it'll happen and when we'll be able to go with everything going on. Mm-hmm. But the plans are in route. We already have a beautiful home exchange that we've organized, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. Your Wi-Fi stream is really clear. Yes.
Yeah, we have really good Wi-Fi here.
I've been getting like so much downloading and uploading and stuff and taking advantage of the fast Wi-Fi for sure. Okay, so coming out tomorrow morning, you don't want to miss. We are promoting and starting our whole tour of Sri Lanka. It's going to be amazing. It's so different. And Sri Lanka is kind of like getting your feet wet to go to India because it's very much like India, but low key.
Milder.
Yeah, like I like less smells, less noise, less people, but still very intense. And so we can't wait to share that with you guys. All right, so Julia, are you at university?
Not yet, no. So I'm still technically doing school because I might as well if I'm at home. And I think I'm going to do one more year of travel, and then I would like to go to a hotel management school.
That's the plan. Yeah. So she's technically at the age where she could go off.
Yeah, because I'm 18, so I could go.
I mean, if we stay longer, she'll just go to school.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that all goes. Okay, so one thing everyone always says is like, oh, how do you homeschool and travel the world? And how are you guys digital nomads? And how does it really work? Because we share our videos on everything we're doing to have fun. We show, all the attractions and things to see and do. But we don't really show like the day-to-day of how everything works. And a lot of people wanted to know how that works and how it goes. And for me, it's like second nature. Like I was talking to some friends and they're like, yeah, but how do you do it? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just like, you have a cup of coffee and you drink it. That's how easy it is. And this is good coffee too, by the way, made by Chloe. So they said, well, you should explain like how it's done. Like, how do you pack your car? Like, how is this possible to like be full-time travelers? Like, how do you do it? How do you work? Everything. So I came up with a series of a whole bunch of different topics that I'm going to shoot off one-off videos for you guys. So it's going to be like quick, short videos that explain things like, and this is where I want you guys to collaborate with me, okay? I want you guys to, and I'll pop out the chat. Oh, but then Julia, you'll disappear if I do that. No. Oh, no, you're still there. Oh, how cool. I'm going to pop out the chat. So on this chat right now, I want you guys to collaborate with me. Come up with as many questions as you possibly can that would be of interest to you. And this is not going to be only just for people who are traveling with kids, because I'm going to cover all the topics. Obviously, it's going to be geared to being with kids. I mean, our kids are not older, but you can apply it if you're going to be, a couple traveling or solo travelers, because some of the things that I'll teach you or explain to you that we do, and that's just secondhand to us, will be helpful for you guys as well. So here's some of the topics I thought to cover. And again, start commenting and let me know what topics you want me to cover. So one of them would be, for example, and I have it all written down in my handy dandy book. I don't even have it in front of me. But the main ones would be like flights. Like, how do we book the flights to make it affordable, to make it possible? What are the best ways to like get certain things when you're flying? How do you check in luggage and get away with like bringing more? So like all the little hacks that we've done over the years that are kind of second nature to us that other people wouldn't necessarily know, that's what we're going to cover in that. And then it might sound silly, but like, what food should you bring when you're traveling with kids? Yeah, because certain countries, well, kind of want to travel with certain things, right? And this is all stuff we've learned the hard way. So I'm sharing this with you guys so that if you do start traveling to certain countries, well, you're going to have like all these tips and tricks up your sleeve so that you won't have to do the mistakes we've done. Like the main ones will be like how to budget, even where to park in certain cities, like why do we park in certain areas over other areas, how you book accommodations. We're going to explain to you, or I'm going to explain to you like the things we've done in the past, and then the things we're doing now, and everything in between. I'm just seeing if you guys are here. You can start reading some comments and stuff. We're going to talk about, what do you bring on a plane? I'll talk about what we did when the kids were young and up till now. How do we pack? How do we school? Like, how is the whole school process and work-life balance, sightseeing balance to travel balance to all of that? You might think we're crazy, but I'll just share everything we do. Different types of insurances that you could buy while you're traveling. What else did I write? Oh, like where to shop, in certain countries and certain things. Like, what do we do when we need certain things? Where do you go? How do you shop? Do you negotiate? Do you not negotiate? And then some of the big things will be like the tools that we use. A lot of times we use, whether it's phone systems or texting systems that kind of are generic, but if you're changing SIM cards in each country, all of that, changing money, all of that stuff. So most of you guys who watch our videos probably have traveled, are good travelers and everything like that. So this might be also second nature to you, but I'll just share a whole series of videos amongst our travel videos that are going to go out And then you can see how it all works. So let's see. Oh, and the big one will be socialization too. A lot of people are always like, how do you guys socialize? You know, how do you keep friends and all of that stuff? So I'm doing all the talking, but Julia, you can add in your 2 cents as well.
People are saying the Cook Islands are open. P. Noops is asking how the visa situation is going. Mm-hmm. We're still waiting.
Visa situation is, we haven't heard a single thing. So here it's Christmas time. And they're
holidays.
Yeah, it's summer holidays, Christmas time. So you got to understand in New Zealand, people take advantage of doing summer, Christmas all at once. So they take a little bit of a longer, maybe holiday. Mm-hmm. So we haven't heard anything. We're hoping to hear from them soon.
Harris says, hi from the East Duns in the Parry Sound, Canada.
Dennis says, is that chat on Discord? Which chat?
Is it the chat on the screen? Chat? It's on YouTube.
This is the chat on YouTube. Is that what you're asking? I popped out the chat and put it up on the screen for you guys so that you can see comments as we go.
Okay, here comes some questions. How do you work from home and travel? Is there a specific job you recommend in order for someone to have the same lifestyle?
Yeah, so I'll cover that. Actually, that's a really good idea, and I'll make a note. I'll actually come up with a list of different ideas for jobs you can do, sites that you can go and post to be working on, different things like that, because that's always like huge to be able to work from home, how we do it and stuff like that, and then different job ideas. So depending on what you enjoy and what you like doing and stuff like that.
Someone says, hello from the Connecticut, USA. What kind of online business can women have as a digital nomad? Would it be enough to support yourself living in Switzerland?
Switzerland is like...
Only 5,800 people are allowed in every year. Interesting.
In where? Oh, you know, another big one, sorry, off topic, but digital nomad visas. I'm going to talk a whole series on that. There's a lot of countries right now that you can go live in and be a digital nomad. Here's my suggestion for Switzerland. Like, go visit the beautiful country, go enjoy it, but don't go live there unless you're going to be working in Switzerland, because it is the most expensive country in the world, pretty much. It's in the top. So why go live? I mean, everything's beautiful, everything works, and everything's gorgeous, and it's awesome. But just go visit it and go live in a country that costs you less. And I'm preaching to you guys, but we do the opposite. Like, we always pick the expensive countries. I'm like, why do we do that? It's because there's a certain quality of life that you don't get other places. But yeah, just I would say go visit it. So.
Helen is asking, how do you create routines while traveling full time?
Routines, that's a great one. And like, routines huge for kids as well. Yeah. I'm going to talk about routines for adults and routines for kids, because it's quite important to do both. Then there's going to be a big one is like, how do you do dating? Like, meaning as a couple, you should still go on dates, right? And like, how do you date when you have your kids with you full time? How do you do that? So, right? It's like, and it's,
because like we're in teenagers now, so like we can stay home. You
know
what I mean? Like,
but there was a time when they were young.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't have babysitters.
You have to leave them with random strangers that you trust. I'm not kidding you. We've done that. But
really?
Yeah. Like, so when we were in Florida, the kids were quite young. They were like 2, 4, 6. They were even baby. Like, Chloe was a baby when we did this. Like, baby. Like, she wasn't even crawling. And obviously, you have to trust. And how do you trust without knowing someone? Like, that's not easy, right? So sometimes you have to go based on your gut instinct a lot of times. That's how I roll. But yeah, you had Bernie and Bruce babysit you guys, and we went out on a date night, and it was nice. We found other ways. There's lots of ways, so I'll cover all those ways as well that we've done it. The best actually was in Switzerland. They had this amazing jazz festival, and they had free daycare.
Till 2 in the morning. That was crazy.
Yeah. That's probably why we fell in love with Europe, because there was like concerts, the kids they like literally put them to sleep in like these little beds, and the kids had a blast, and you can leave them there for like 4 hours at a time. So it's not like you can leave them like all day, all night, but it was a good setup. But yeah, we'll cover that. Did
you find out who the YouTube imposter was?
No. That was nasty.
Yeah.
So somebody, if you don't know, and by the way, if you're just stumbling across this video, welcome to our channel. I hope you guys enjoy. We make travel videos for you guys.
Yes.
But some weirdo decided to start commenting on all of our comments as if he was growing up without borders. So I have no idea who it was, but he was telling people to contact him on WhatsApp. But anyway, Thankfully, YouTube is pretty smart, and you can just like click
Yeah.
to report things and then report them as imposters and impersonators and all that. So,
Basic Fishing is online. He says, good morning, good morning.
good morning, good morning. Hopefully, you're getting some fishing done in the Marlboro Sounds.
Isaac from California. I'm a new subscriber. I've been
Binge
watching all your videos. They're great. Thank you.
Oh, that's so cool. Wait, where are you from? California. Nice.
He's going to travel to El Salvador this Saturday with my stepdad.
Wow. Any advice for El Salvador? Where are you going in El Salvador?
El Salvador is one of those countries that you think it's really dangerous or something, but we loved it. Like we went on this guided tour downtown through the markets, and for me, it felt safe.
Okay, so advice number 1, and this will be like in our course as well, more in-depth details. Let me just write it down. When you go to any country, whether it's El Salvador or Europe or anywhere, oftentimes if you Google just the name of the city that you're going to and then free walking tours, oftentimes they have these free walking tours, and what's fantastic about them is it's usually locals that are living in the city. It's in the city center. You walk the whole thing, so you really get your bearings as to how the city's laid out. You feel safe because they're not going to bring you into dangerous areas. You go around, you learn a little bit of history, and then you sometimes even meet friends because now there's other travelers there. You're like, hey, where are you from? Where are you from? You know, you get talking, you share contact details. But what's great is like you're with a local, and if you can do what the locals do and be with a local and have a local contact, they know the best advice and they know the best secrets that are like the untold secrets of the city.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend doing a free walking tour if it exists in that city. The way it's like it's free, but then you pay them at the end what you think it's worth. So it's obviously like you bring money to pay them, and they do a fantastic job.
They do, yeah.
So that's what I would suggest doing to start, and then after that. Well, I mean, in any country that's not safe, I'm guessing you're from maybe El Salvador, or maybe you're just going to visit, but in certain countries you do things differently. So if it's just you and your dad, like be aware that, people may want to rip you off. So you might not want to go out late at night or when it's dark, so just do things, be street smart, and you'll be fine.
So, Alex, I'm going to Australia by myself in 2 weeks, staying there for 6 months, and I'm quite nervous. If you have any advice, I'm all ears.
Whoa, you're going by yourself. Wow. Staying for 6 months. Okay, well, what you should do is possibly, for example, we started a server on what's called Discord. You can join Discord servers, you can join Facebook groups, you can join different things in interest groups in the cities that you're going to. And like I said, it's always good to connect with a local person that's going to be there. So first of all, you don't want to feel lonely. Like if you're traveling as a solo traveler, unless you enjoy being alone, for me, I would hate it. Like some people are okay traveling alone and they do that their whole lives and they're great. But a lot of times like socialization is like what you live for, and you need to talk to people and stuff. So go online and meet some local people and connect with that group of people that you're interested in. There's also like meetups all around the world. So like I'm more into internet marketing and like business stuff. So anytime I'm in a city, I always connect with the local, whether it's Chamber of Commerce, BNI, like networking groups, and I go to all of the networking events. And it's such a fantastic way to meet people, meet the local businesses. I mean, I'm in the business world, so this is what I do. Other people, like if you're interested in sewing, like Angelique is, look up if there's sewing groups in that area and go and connect with them on meetups. So that's such a fantastic way. I mean, our girls as well, like they go to all the youth groups. So they connect with the local church, they go to the local youth group, and you want to tie in?
They're great. I was just going to say also, Denison says if you want socialization, stay in a hostel. That is very true. Because like we stayed in some in like Central America, and we met lots of people. You just hang out, you play games. It's really fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And
that's only if you're like backpacking through.
Well, yeah. But I mean, hostels are, exactly great ways. Like that'll be in my accommodations video. It's a fantastic way, like Julia said, to socialize, meet other kids. It has a reputation for people more so partying, backpacking, young 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
But there's a new wave of people that are traveling that want socialization, they want to travel, and they want to do work at the same time, and they want to go to a few events. And there's like a brand of hostels that are coming out with this in different countries. So I don't know if they have it in Australia yet, but it's called Selena.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They're amazing because they have always fast internet, which is a key thing.
Communal kitchens, very artsy.
Yeah, parties,
Retro,
fun. Yeah. We've met families who have actually gone, like us, like usually we're the only family that go to those places, but they have these like workspaces and these beautiful air conditioned, which is also huge if you're in a hot country, quiet zones to do your work with desks. And so like our girls, because they're schooling online, they'll like set up their whole homeschool and like the whole thing. It's quite hilarious.
It's great. Hello from Merida. Hello.
Hola, Merida, Mexico. I have a question for you guys. Do you think, like I already kind of know, I think I'm going to make these videos one by one as pre-filmed, and then that way I can add some graphics onto it so that you guys can get a visual as to what I'm talking about as well. But if you think some of them should be alive, let me know, because I could do a live one, and then that way we get feedback from everybody else at the same time.
Basic fishing is in Auckland, but recently Cyclone Reports is making it hard to go out fishing and stuff, so he's waiting for a good day.
Ah, you're in Auckland. Yeah. It'll be interesting. So we're going to get a lot of wind. That's going to be really interesting, too, when it comes through.
Yeah.
We're on the North Island, probably, as you know, and we're planning to go back down to the South Island again. So that crossing is always interesting, eh? The Cook Strait. It's one of the most, like, treacherous waters. Yeah. Wild.
What do you get up to in the morning? Someone asked. Usually school, work. It depends. Sometimes we work out. Sometimes depends on where we are, what we're doing.
Ooh. Joanna's, how do you join the Discord server? Well, you go growingupwithoutborders/Discord, and that'll bring you to the server, and then you just join, and then you can join in. And what was the question? What do you get up to in the morning? Like, what do you do in the morning?
Yeah, just what do you usually get up to?
When do you usually get up in the morning? Oh, when?
Oh.
Yeah, it depends.
When or what are we doing?
When? Like this morning, for example, I had a work call at 7:30, so I got up earlier. Other mornings, like we tend to be people who don't use alarm clocks.
No, we like to sleep.
Yeah.
We stay up late, you know?
Yeah, I mean, late, not really. Well, for the working class, those of you who like have to be at work at 8 a.m., yes, we sleep until usually 8:30. So, but that's just what we do. Someone's
asking if I like history. Yes, I do. Well, when we're traveling, especially, it's really cool.
Yeah. There's going to be actually a whole section on world schooling. What is world schooling? Yeah. How does that involve? How do we learn languages when we're on the road? How do we learn the local history? Like all of that.
There's some really amazing museums. You can technically travel around the world just going to those museums for education.
Yeah. We found some of the best museums around the world, and they're just phenomenal and fascinating what you learn. Alongside with that, and I don't know if you guys read my descriptions on our videos, but alongside with what we'll be doing, I'm going to launch something, because most of the time you guys will make a comment or whatever, and then I answer. But sometimes people have like more specific questions that you might want to ask. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the thing here, I'm adding a new thing. So when you go to growingupwithoutborders/question, you'll be able to there ask me a question by text, voice, upload a file, whatever it is. There's a fee for it. So, and there's like only so many, and I'm just testing the waters with this whole thing. But if you have like a specific question for you and your family that you want answered, you can go ahead there and ask me any question you have, and I'll get back to you within like a few days, and I'll give it some really good thought to give you that back. The other thing is in the past, I've only had a couple people do this, but they've asked me for like an actual phone call, conversation, consultation. Like they want to like have in-depth communication. One family was like before they wanted to start traveling, and like they really wanted to know all the different things they needed to have covered before they went. And so we did that as well. So you could do that too by going to growingupwithoutborders/call. So there's my two commercials of the day.
Are the girls getting their driver's license?
Ooh. Hey, Chloe. Chloe, are you getting a driver's license?
In a couple of years.
Chloe's still just 14, but we technically can't get them yet, but we're going to try to get a student card, and hopefully with that we can go get it, because me and Noah are like of age.
Yeah, the way it works in New Zealand is you can't have you can't get a driver's license unless you have like a visa, right? So we don't have proper, like we're just visitors in the country, so we don't have the ability to do that. It's Angelique coming in. Hey,
And here-
Angelique.
Driver's license here is 16 as well.
Yeah, which is nice.
Scooty boot.
Scoot on over. There we go. What do you have to say, Angelique? What's new and exciting in your life? Who's the new love of your life? Woo!
What?
What?
Where'd you read that?
I was saying that. I'm just joking.
Okay,
The girls always are meeting nice, cute
someone
boys
says,
here.
"Have you been to the Wearable Arts Museum in Nelson yet?" I was like, "You would love that."
The Wearable Arts Museum? No.
Someone said we should definitely see that.
Oh,
We should.
yeah, we should. I've never been.
We should definitely do that before we leave.
Thanks for answering. Thanks for all the answers and ideas. Alex is saying socializing is always quite challenging for me. Can't wait to see the new videos.
Yay. So it's going to be in and amongst it. It's going to be really, maybe a bit confusing. It's going to be like Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka, talking, and then New Zealand again.
Have you been to Turkey?
Yes. Yes. Are you from Turkey? We went to Turkey, and it was really cool because poor Tyler, what did we make him do? Because guess what? Guess what's in Turkey, you guys? Like the most
Shopping.
beautiful, yeah, all the most beautiful leather goods you can possibly imagine.
Yeah.
Bag stores, shoe stores, more bag stores, more shoe stores. And
Leather,
so-
lots of leather. It's amazing.
and we wanted to we were looking for a laptop bag. And I wanted to see every option before I bought one. And it was fun. So Tyler waited, and then for him it looked the same. Like we'd go into another store and it was another bag store of leather bags. But for us it's like they're all uniquely different because they're all handmade. So we went to so many. And then the shoes were phenomenal. Shoes in Turkey are really good quality, and for 20 euros
Yeah.
you can get a really good pair of nice leather shoes.
Do you guys like science?
I
Yeah.
like science.
I love
do.
science.
She doesn't like science.
No, you don't?
No.
Oh,
I
I
like
love
it, yeah.
science. I love biology and all that stuff.
Oh, me too. I love both live and recorded blogs, Terry's saying.
Cool. Yeah. It'll be interesting, how it works out. Just because it's good sometimes to have your feedback or your questions as I go. But I think for what I'm planning to do, I'll just do it more of a sharing and yeah.
Someone said not to nitpick, but is it the angle of the camera or is that painting sideways?
No, I always
Sideways.
thought about it too.
It doesn't look straight.
Let's fix that. Hold on.
I was like, I noticed that when I
Oh,
first
wait.
came up, I was like, huh?
Wait.
There we go.
Is that better? Don't mind my skirt.
Yeah, I think it is.
My skirt's half up because I got a spider bite, and the spider bite is
Yeah.
you'd think you're in Brazil or something. The spider bite took over, and now there's a hole in my leg, and I'm ah. So, not to worry though. It's on the mends. I'm on day 8 or
Don't
something.
lose
like
your
that.
leg.
I won't amputate my leg. When we were in Brazil, we went to this beautiful place called Foz do Iguaçu. Okay,
Yeah.
it's the biggest waterfall in the world, and all of a sudden I'm walking and I look down at my foot, and it was all these little blood little things coming out of my foot, and I was like, oh my gosh, what just happened? And it was really weird. So I was clearly I stepped on something and all these little things bit me, right? Okay,
Grab the ants.
It was
Should have pictures of
ants. It might have been ants. I don't know, but my leg,
It was, yeah.
for a week, I could hardly step on it, and it was red and inflated, and it was scary because I was like, oh my gosh.
And the night we arrived here, we actually did see a spider. There's no real poisonous spiders except for a couple that you only see at the beach. So
Well, we killed, yeah.
we came from the beach, so we don't know. But anyways.
Anyways, something bit me.
Basic Fishing says no rushing in your license. He only got his around 20.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to have extra drivers.
Yeah,
in the
'cause
car,
if
You
you
want to
Nice.
wait till you're 20 to get your driver's license? I mean, that's a long time away.
Noob says, yeah, they won't tell their mom who their new love is.
Nah, we're having fun with this phase of life of talking about, ooh, who do you like? And oh, here's some
How
cute
long
ones.
is quarantine in India? Does anyone know?
Quarantine in India. Yeah, that's a great question. And it keeps changing with this whole Omicron. Certain countries, Thailand was open for a while, and now it's back to you have to quarantine at a quarantine hotel. So it's man, crazy.
Somebody said, on behalf of New Zealand tourism, please say it was a boil, not a spider bite. New Zealand does not have spiders.
No.
You do. I've killed 2 in the house so far, and they're nasty ones.
They have lots of daddy long ones.
They're not-
Mostly.
Well, the one I
that's
got.
the ones you see the most. You don't see, big ones very often.
The one I looked like the other one looked like a baby scorpion, but they don't have scorpions here, so I don't know what it was.
Any of you guys made any awesome man-made craft? Mine would be an 8-kilo chain mail costume armor. Wow.
You should go work at a workshop.
Yeah.
Make
my
movie
God.
props. That's cool. Massive.
In school we did like woodwork, and we once made like this lamp, and you can design it. That was really cool.
Angelique's making like a dress right now.
Mm-hmm.
She made a makeup rollout brush set, right? But have we made anything like big or anything? Not really.
We make videos.
We make a lot of videos.
I made a big canvas painting.
Yeah, canvas paintings.
What's your
The
favorite
one-
food?
The one with the lines.
Favorite food?
Raclette cheese, anything Swiss.
Oh.
We had raclette last night.
Anything Swiss, I'll put this. Anything Swiss or any kind of curry, like Indian curry. Or
Have
What
you
is
guys?
raclette?
Does anyone know what raclette is? Comment and let us know. And
We
then
don't say.
So that's a perfect answer. From now on, I'm going to say anything Swiss and anything curry.
okay, but what is Swiss food?
Swiss food consists of their cheese and dairy products. Whether it's their chocolate or their cheese or their yogurt even, it can taste so much different because the cows go up in the mountains in different locations and then you get different flavors.
Even like the salami and the landiagers and
Yeah.
all that. You don't really find landiagers.
And something called viande séchée, like dried meat, like thinly sliced. So we found a store yesterday, and it was like run by South Africans, and they sold. Well, we found raclette cheese basically, but they sold everything international, and it was really good.
That's just one of them. There's many around.
We even found Swiss fondue cheese that is in a package, but we don't have a Swiss fondue pot to make
Time to
Swiss
hit up
fondue.
the op shops.
Okay, but back to food. Indian and Thai are some of my favorite foods.
Yeah,
would say.
I love also Mexican.
Well, yeah.
Mexican, Thai, and Indian.
Italian's good because they got lots of good pasta and pizza.
Someone wants to ask what country we have visited, but also thought we've been to the entire globe. So, I've been to 99 countries. The girls have been to 98. My mom's been to like 100. And we've been, okay, so South America, we've pretty much done everything except for a few, like Venezuela and up there. Central America, we've pretty much done everything. Yeah, North
Central
America. Europe, we've done everything. Mostly it's Africa.
We have 44
Asia,
countries,
Middle
44.
East, Jordan.
Well, we
Yeah.
still have to visit.
We still have a lot of
Saudi Arabia.
African, all the stands,
And all the Pacific Islands.
and all the Pacific Islands. Yeah. So we still have a lot to do, actually.
Somebody asked me if I like monkeys. No. Not at all.
She really dislikes them.
Kira, Luke from Auckland. Hey, Luke. Cool. Yeah, it might have been one of those dangerous Australian spiders who snuck in someone's bag, like Omicron just snuck in. No, I'm just
It's
joking.
been living here for years.
We seem to be doing well, too, with all of that. No real cases.
Can
Yeah.
I read a comment?
Yeah, you want to read a comment? Had an awesome time in Turkey. You know what's interesting about Turkey? So we drove all along the coastline, and it was just gorgeous. It was kind of reminds us of, there's different coastlines. So there's like the Amalfi Coast in Italy, then there's like the coast all along Croatia. There's like these beautiful coastlines that you get, right? South Africa has a little bit of it on the Garden Route. But this one in Turkey was absolutely stunning. Like, I don't know if it was the blue waters or the time of the year we went, but it was just gorgeous. And we met this really nice couple that did it by bike, and they had like stopped, spent the night, camped out, and then they decided that's it, we're going to move to Turkey. So they moved to Turkey. It was really crazy, but it's just gorgeous.
Someone said, so are you hanging out with the Kiwi Americans?
Oh.
What's giving it away is like the painting giving it away. We're in Tara's house right now.
Yeah.
They're on the South Island,
We're
and we're
house
We
just
took
sitting.
over it.
we're crashing her house.
Someone said, you found raclette in New Zealand, and then someone else says, ooh, I miss raclette.
So you can find it. You can find it sometimes. We found it twice now.
We don't have the machine to make raclette properly, so we just like put baked potatoes in the oven with cheese on top and melt it and together.
It's so good.
Put a little bit
And make
of
sure you have
spice.
pickles, because we kind of forgot that.
Julia forgot that. We didn't.
Hey, we were looking
She
for
was
small
supposed
ones.
to get the pickles at the grocery store.
No, Isbay Hudson says home quarantine mandatory for all international arrivals in India and COVID tests on the 8th. That's good. So they haven't switched it. So that's really, really good. Random web search. Yep, you can do that. Fiona's asking, have we been to Scandinavia? So we
Yes.
did. We did a really cool drive. Let me think. We did a drive. It would have been through Germany, Poland, and then like we went through Lithuania and Estonia and Latvia. We went up And then we were over in Helsinki, and we were over in, all of that, Stockholm. Like, we did a big, huge tour, and then we came back down through the Netherlands. And it was really cool, eh, girls? That was a big, long drive. We did it all by driving. The girls were quite young at the time, so it was all pre-YouTube channels. So we didn't film anything, but we still remember some highlights of it. Like,
yeah. Well, also I remember we were in Norway, right? And Frozen had just recently came out. So we were like, where did they film Frozen? Like, where is it all from? And then they're like, Frozen? What are you talking about? We're like, you don't know the movie?
They didn't, but yeah, like they didn't even know the movie Frozen.
And we're like, it was set here in Norway. And we're like, that was funny.
We didn't see Elsa.
It's just...
Or the castle.
Or the castle.
Anna.
Or Anna.
Olaf.
Or Olaf.
Or that guy that goes, hello, family. What was it?
And Toniel is asking, how do we like Brazil? Brazil was really cool. It was really fun. People were awesome. Like, the people were so nice. Even though we didn't really speak the language, we still kind of, like, tried to a little bit.
Yeah.
It was really cool, actually. It was a great experience because we got there just before New Year's Eve, and then we went out with all the locals in Rio de Janeiro on the beach for New Year's Eve.
And so. I got a book for Christmas called The Seven Sisters. It's a big series, but it's really cool because right now the first book is set in Rio a bit, and it's really cool because this is like where she's from, and it's really interesting.
So Barefoot Travels just found our channel yesterday looking at Nicaragua vlogs, trying to get my passport for my birthday in April. Awesome.
Cool. Sorry.
Yeah, if you found our Nicaragua vlogs, it was like we just had such a unique time and fun time there. And if you're planning to go, definitely go and enjoy it. And yeah, just you'll love it. You'll love it. You'll hate it. You'll do both. It's just amazing.
Why would you hate it?
I recognize the picture.
If you want like shopping and like it depends on what kind of person you are.
If you're like if you like to go in the back of pickup trucks, laid back, then you'll love it.
When we left, we realized, oh wait, did we ever see a crosswalk in that town?
Huh? No. Yeah, like if you like things like just so and you,
all over.
if you like shopping malls and like high end,
then you wouldn't.
Forget it. You're
not gonna be swimming and beaching and
yeah. Do you have any cool animal facts from staying in places we've been? That's Roxy Joy.
We made a cool animal facts for Africa, didn't we?
We did make a video about it. So cool animal facts from, let's say,
elephants can paint. I knew that for a long time. Somebody said that.
What about the animal called a McDonald? What is a McDonald and why do they call it a McDonald?
It's an antelope, and it's also food in Africa. People eat it, and it's super fast, so it's fast food.
Did you know
and
that?
then it's got an M on its tail.
Did
so
you know that
McDonald's.
cows kill more people per year than sharks? Sorry.
Cows?
Yep.
Bulls must be.
Did you know that? We were chased by an animal, like a cow, a mad cow, in New Zealand.
My mom's like, nah, it's not aggressive. It's just a nice cow. Don't worry. And so I stayed back because my sisters
we were
go
on
ahead.
a trail.
And then with my mom, they bull chased after us all the way down the hill.
We were on a trail, and all of a sudden they let the cows out to go and eat the grass and roam around, and then we had to pass them. But when we were passing them, it wasn't like a 2-second thing. It was like a long walk to get to the other side, and they were looking at us, and they were like, why?
So the girls had gone way ahead of us too, and
we were
Angelique comes walking back, and I'm like, oh, don't be scared of a cow. And then it was so funny because it literally chased us, but I had like a GoPro stick like this, and I was like, shoo, 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 to like the thing. And then Tyler was like way behind us, and we were like, oh, this is going to be so funny. So we're like watching, and Tyler comes walking up, and sure enough, the cow starts like chasing him. And I almost peed myself laughing. I was like, this is the funniest thing in the world.
It's like one of those YouTube fail things.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Okay, I gotta do a tie-in. Wait a second, time for a commercial here. Let me find my commercial. Because if you didn't know, the girls do geography classes made fun. And in the last one, it's all about the country of Malawi.
Yes.
So here's a quick commercial break for you guys.
Hi, we're Growing Up Without Borders, and we've been to 98 countries.
And I've been to 99 countries.
And we're going to teach you geography in a fun way.
From our perspective.
Today we're visiting Zagreb, the capital of Croatia.
I'm in Berg, Scotland.
And I would like to welcome you to El Tunco, El Salvador.
We are visiting Seville, Spain.
Zermatt, Switzerland.
Jeffreys Bay. South Africa.
Grenada, Nicaragua.
Today we're visiting Baden from the 1800s.
Bled, Slovenia. Bacalar in Mexico.
Tikal, Guatemala. Hopkins Bay, Belize.
San Jose, Costa Rica.
I'm Julia.
I'm Chloe.
And I'm Angeli. And we're going to be teaching you geography, a fun version through our perspective.
So here's a few things that we will be seeing in the videos. We'll be talking about the food, the culture, the landscape, their flags, their money, and all sorts of different things.
You'll be receiving 1 to 2 videos every month.
So now let's get started on our very first class.
There you have it.
So go ahead and join if you're interested, because the girls
Yeah.
talk about all different conversations around different countries. It's $5 a month, and you get to enjoy their perspective. So you see our travel vlogs, their travel, but then these girls talk about it more in depth as to what it was like, what the people were like,
Currency, the landscape, all those sorts of things.
all that stuff. So there you go. When are we planning to leave New Zealand? Well, maybe soon. Like, we're here now. Okay, here's the plan. We're here till March.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then come March, we may be leaving. So we will keep you posted and we'll definitely let you know. Someone's asking who makes the mix of music for our blogs. This is really cool because we use a website called Epidemic Sound. If you haven't heard of them, if you go in our link, there's a link to join, and I think you get I don't know if you get a discount or something like that, but we get a little kickback, which is really cool always. But with that, you can go and select and find all different types of songs.
It's amazing. For example, you could put what type, or if you want a sound effect or any of like that.
Yeah, and so we take sometimes a lot of time finding songs, and we get different comments from you guys. Sometimes y'all love it. Sometimes you're like, oh, you should have that, get a different song or whatever. But when we look at our past videos from when we first got started to now, we're like, oof, yeah, we were picking some awful songs. But yeah, we do take a lot of time.
We're much better now. It's so cool because you can put sus music, funny music, circus.
Yeah, so let us know. Are you liking it? Do you like the songs? Do you have suggestions for different songs? But yeah, we always have fun. It's funny because that's one thing you don't think that would take a long time to do, but sometimes it takes us forever because you're looking, and then we have a list of our favorites.
You want it to match perfectly.
Yeah.
So just you find a song, you're like, that's good, but it doesn't match with it. So you can find another one.
Yeah. Do we have storage containers in New Zealand for all the things you've acquired?
Yes, we actually kind of do. Well, it's not a storage unit, but we're storing things at people's homes. We've got 2 locations, and I think one's on the South Island, one's on the North Island. South Island's in boxes, North Island as well, but I think we're going to move
One
them
of
all.
them has many of Julia's clothing.
Okay, we got to explain this because normally when we travel very light.
Yeah, the thing is, when you live in a country for almost 2 years, it becomes your home. So, I personally would love, my own walk-in closet, so I've got lots of stuff. But, hey, we were living here.
Yeah, and then there's also the fact that there's different seasons.
Yes.
So you can't travel lightly with, sweaters and warm clothes or any of that. Oh, come on in, Chloe. Yeah, you can't travel with all that in a small suitcase. So we ended up having to get extra stuff, and then we left it behind. So
Yeah.
Because everything has to fit in one car. Somebody the other day said, "Can you film and show us what it's like packing your car?" And I thought, "Oh, that's a good idea." We had 2 people suggest it.
It'd have to be in a fast motion because it's a lot.
No, it could be just the video itself.
I
People
guess,
can
but
sit
then
there
it'd
and
get boring. No, because it'd be back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back.
It's like a puzzle, and it all squeezes in, and then we get in at the end, and we're like,
Well, it's you shove all the suitcases in, then you put the seats down and shove things in
Whoa.
the back, then you put the seats back up,
I was
and then
with-
you shove all the things underneath the suitcases on top of the suitcases.
I was traveling with a sewing
That's a
machine.
shock.
Always
I
at the
still
feet.
am.
Mom was at one point traveling with a coffee maker, but not anymore. We were traveling with 5 sleeping bags, which we don't have anymore. So, a lot of stuff.
okay, someone's asking, Julia, what is the 99th country that you visited that Chloe and Angelique didn't visit?
I visited the Dominican Republic when I was a baby.
Yep. You were
Yep.
just a baby.
The girls have not been there.
Which country still do you want to visit?
Okay, if I had to go anywhere, I would love to go to Israel. That's on my number 1 top 5 countries I want to visit.
Oh, countries I want to visit?
Yeah.
Israel, India,
If you had to say one right now.
Jordan,
Japan and Israel.
and probably Japan as well. Those 4.
I want to go
Jordan,
back to
Egypt,
countries that I
Israel,
like.
and
Well, no,
Someone said
countries
Chloe
you've never
looks
been to.
6 feet tall.
She's Almost. Well, 5.
Yeah, Chloe, like, stop growing, man. Like, what is
She's
going
tall.
on? She's like the New Zealand, it's the New Zealand, like, you know, if you didn't know this, New Zealand, well, especially like the North Island's volcanic, right? So, like, the soil just, like, makes you grow. And somehow it's, like, done that to Chloe.
But
Like, if you stand up, I shall, like, I can show.
I guess I really want to visit India very quickly as well. Yep.
Someone said, do you get recognized in public? We do, but people don't come up and ask. They just message us later like, oh, I saw you at the grocery store.
And
Or, oh, I
sometimes
saw you walking around the street.
In New Zealand, we haven't had really any. Yeah. Sometimes they'll be like. and
Well,
then
they
they'll
do
look
like
back.
a double take. I had one lady actually say, she did like one of those, and she's like, and then, well, we get it
We've
at
met-
the grocery store mostly, which is really funny.
And then we've met people that said, "Oh, by the way, you guys are that family, right?" But that's after talking to them and everything. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
they're like, oh, I know who you guys are. Or like,
Yeah,
we've had
oh,
people
yeah,
like,
see.
if I ask people sometimes at the grocery store, oh, do you know where this is? And they're like, wait, do you have videos on YouTube? And I'll be like,
A lot
yeah.
of times as well, we'll be at like a place and someone will be like, I'll talk to them, and then after a while I'll be like, I feel like I know you. I've seen you somewhere. And I'm like, have you seen our channel? And they're like, oh yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah, funny. Eh? So Terry was a DJ and really likes what we
that's
do.
cool.
Yeah, and then someone else was talking about like the copy strikes. You have to be so careful because even when you like sometimes play a song
Yeah.
or you have a background song,
Like Chloe
you get
playing
copy
even the
striked.
piano.
Someone said, I saw your SUV in Tarangi. It looked loaded.
Yeah, if you guys see us, yeah.
Why didn't you say hello to us? Or maybe we were just driving by. It's pretty embarrassing. Like we literally like squeeze in. We're like, ready? Everyone breathe in. Shut the
Well,
doors.
it's not too bad. Actually, the
just
drive down,
joking.
we had lots
yeah,
of
if we
space.
did that, I get a little claustrophobic, so
No, last time,
it's not that bad.
yeah, we
The
were
girls
good.
are very funny. Like, yeah, we have loads of space. And then I look at my feet and I've got all my stuff because they decided to put all their bags above my head and not let me put my stuff there.
No, we've got stuff at our feet.
So somebody's just saying, which part of New Zealand are there kiwi birds? Oh, well, in many places.
Yeah.
So when you're driving, sometimes you'll see a sign. Like when we were in, just recently. I don't know if we were like driving
says
around National
sometimes-
Park or something.
Beware kiwi crossings, and I'm like, oh, that person's a kiwi, that one's. I'm just joking.
Kiwi crossings everywhere. But if you
No,
want
they're
to
real.
see them, like we stayed at a place on the north of the North Island called Whangarei Heads, and there you can do these beautiful walks, and you hear the kiwis at night. They're quite loud, and we didn't see any, but sometimes you can go out with like these special lights with like red lights, and then you can spot them because they're nocturnal, right? And then also you'd have a higher chance, I think, to see them at the very south of the South Island. We were on Stewart Island. Actually, we were on Ulva Island, which is like a nature island reserve.
Nature reserve.
Yeah, and there we saw it at like 4:30 or something in the
Yeah.
afternoon, which is bizarre
Yeah, it was
because
so
it was
big.
out in the day and it was so cool. We actually saw a live kiwi bird for real. It was cool because people are like, oh, I've lived here my whole life and never seen a kiwi bird.
You guys know what we experienced yesterday?
What?
An earthquake here.
Yeah.
Those are common here, but we haven't actually felt one in a
It
while.
was the day before
I
yesterday.
was already downstairs in bed. I wasn't asleep. I was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden it went like this in the bed, right? And I was like, oh, "What weird washing machine?" And then it went again, and then I'm like, "That is not normal." And then I heard you guys talking. Was that an earthquake?
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely wasn't the washing machine.
Was there ever a country where you felt it was dangerous?
Never really dangerous. It's just sometimes you like.
Well,
Be careful.
you don't feel in danger, but you know there's danger there.
Yeah.
Things differently.
Based on, like, for example, let's just take Brazil and South Africa. Okay, so in
Right.
both of those countries, I know physically and hand to hand sat with people from those countries who have been mugged at gunpoint, and or their sibling died because they were mugged and killed. So you know that there are serious problems in some of these countries. Even like, not to be mean, but El Salvador, my brother was actually there and saw a dead body floating in the water. I mean,
Yeah.
so yes, there's some countries that you know and you're aware that they are dangerous, but do you feel endangered when you're there? The answer is no.
No.
But you do things much differently, and I mean, yeah, you just have to be very street smart, and you just, like I said, you do things much differently than you would here in New Zealand, where people just apparently leave their doors unlocked and don't lock their doors.
Someone said, do you walk around barefoot in the grocery store? Not really, but we
Personally,
have friends who do it.
yeah, no, not really. But
That would feel so
We
weird.
have a joke that we want to do when we go back home.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Switzerland. We want to just act as if we're Kiwis in Switzerland because, like, if you go into the grocery store barefoot, they'd be like,
They would kick you out.
yeah, they'd be like, what's wrong with you?
I-
You gotta put your shoes on.
I walked in the grocery store once barefoot.
And she kept being like, are you sure? Are you sure I'm allowed to do this? Like, it feels so weird. I'm like, come on, Chloe. You could do it. It's such a funny feeling for us. It's so abnormal, but it's so normal here. If you're not from New Zealand, people walk around barefoot here in New Zealand. They'll walk into a bank. And I'm not talking just like little kids. I've seen adults walking around barefoot and walking into a bank. And I'm like, it just doesn't seem like normal for us, but it's so normal for them. They just walk around. It's all good, you know. No big deal. It's hilarious. I've been like storing photos and videos of people walking around barefoot like over and over again. So I should do like a whole, I don't know if I should do it on TikTok or somewhere. I should do like a collage of barefoot
that'd be
Kiwis.
cool.
Because it's quite funny. You may have, if you're walking around and you're watching our video, you may end up in our video.
This person says he does walk around in barefoot in stores, but he gets kicked out and gets customers yelling for security.
Which country though? Not New Zealand you wouldn't, but maybe where you're from. Definitely not New Zealand. No one will kick you out for walking around barefoot. It's just so normal. What's Meg saying?
Meg's saying, if I saw you, I'd be like, hi.
Come over and have a chat and get a photo.
Aw.
Yay!
Annie's here.
Hey, Annie! Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Who else is here? Someone's saying, shh, silence. For what reason? What? You're telling us to be quiet? What? We'd like to visit Tanzania, especially Zanzibar. Ooh, we can tell you some really cool places in Zanzibar. Like to visit Saudi Arabia and visit Iran. Iran's beautiful.
We haven't been there though yet.
No, I haven't been to Iran, but I was like, based on the pictures and stuff that I've seen. Egypt, because I like old history, and I'd like to visit Turkey. I agree with all of those.
Good
That's
list,
fantastic. So Zanzibar, if you get to go, it's really cool. And what was the one place that we ate all the Indian food? Lukman. If you get a chance, go to Lukman's.
And they have
Food's incredible.
smoothies that they make fresh there. You can get like fresh like lemon and
I feel like we went
mango,
there every day.
And then you can get like your curries, and it's like a self-serve kind of style. And
It's
then
so spicy, so
even
hot.
I remember it.
But it's so good.
And I was only 8 years old.
He's from south of Florida. But he can go into gas stations with no shoe and no shoe.
No, I would have been 9.
Okay, in the U.S., this
It's
is
close to the beach.
in the United States, especially in beach towns, they literally put up signs on the doors and it says, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Like, that's the way it is. Because you got all these, like, surfer guys coming in shirtless and, shoeless and,
Load GeoNet on your phone and it records all earthquakes in New Zealand.
Ooh, that's cool.
That's smart.
Definitely check that out. Brazil's scary. They have beheading every day. Brazil's like crazy. Like, so we were like, wow, this is gonna be wild. We're gonna do New Year's with everyone, and we thought, okay, we want to blend in. You know, you just want to kind of float in and blend in as if we were there. So at New Year's, a lot of the people in Brazil, they just dress in plain white.
Yeah, they do.
We didn't know that, so we're all like colorful and whatever. We're like so sticking out like sore thumbs. It was hilarious.
It is really cool. And then we were walking with the whole crowd.
Yeah.
But there was one scary moment where all of a sudden everyone started running. So of course us girls wanted to run as well. And we thought there was like a tsunami or something. We weren't sure what was going on.
It's because we recently watched the movie The Impossible, so we had tsunamis in our heads, no?
Oh yeah, that's possible. But basically what it is all the kids from the favelas, they come and they run along the beach and just grab as much as they can.
Yeah. And you girls were like, how old then?
Very young.
I think
2016, no?
11.
It was 2016.
So they were 11, 9, and 7.
Yeah. But no, it's 12.
Anyway, they were young. And like,
I
so
was
at
7.
the age where you, like, not like teenagers or anything, but and so when they started running, you gotta understand, we're on this like massive beach with loads of people, and it's black because it's nighttime, it's midnight. Fireworks are going, and then you got like this mob of people running, and then all of a sudden our girls started running. I've never screamed so loud in my life. I'm like, girls, was like, stop running. And I was like, stay here. I was like, if they disappear, I'm never going to find them again. And that would have been a whole other story. So that was crazy. Yeah, but all good, all good.
Basic fish, she needs to go.
Yeah.
It was super fun
We
to-
need to go as well, to be honest. So we'll probably do a wrap on this phone video call
Someone
with you
said
guys.
their son was asked to put shoes on going into bunnying. Well, bunnying isn't it like a
Bunny is like a construction.
hornbach? Isn't it like hornbach?
Yeah.
I think so,
Then
yeah.
that would make sense because it's kind of like there could be nails or stuff on the floor, so it could be dangerous. No.
Yeah, probably. So last plug-in before we let you all go, make sure you head over to our website if you haven't yet purchased a 2022 calendar, because
Yes.
we made these beautiful calendars for you guys to enjoy called, well, it's the Growing Up Without Borders calendars, and there's pictures of our favorite places from around the world.
Yeah.
So if you want one, go to growingupwithoutborders/calendar, and then stay tuned. Tomorrow we are releasing our very first video on the country of Sri Lanka.
Yeah, it's super
It's going to be
exciting.
so cool. It's so different from our traditional videos here in New Zealand. And other than that, as usual, thank you guys so much for supporting
thanks
us.
for joining.
Comments, for beautiful comments and joining. And then stay tuned for our traveling series of how to work online
Yes.
and travel the world with your kids. So there you have it. It's a wrap, guys.
Have a good weekend.
Is it the weekend? It is.
Friday. Woo!
Woohoo! It's Friday for us.
Oh wait, it's Friday.
Yeah. We don't ever know what day of the week it is anymore because the girls are on summer break here, so it's like confusing. But yeah, nice to see you all. Stay
Have a good
safe
summer
wherever you're
holidays,
watching.
winter holidays. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Tschüss. Au revoir. See you later.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Adios.
Ciao.